Mm-hmm. What up, yo? Hmm. Let's see what happens here. I got a few minutes to kill. No, not to kill. We're not killing minutes. We're investing some time here. Let me use this language properly. Let's invest this time. Figure I'd just do a quick little day. What's the day gonna look like? Tarot reading. We're gonna go do make breakfast, and I had to go pick up some things from the market. So let's just see what kind of things we'll run into. What's going on here? What's up, everybody? Mm-hmm. 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 What's up, y'all? I'm gonna shuffle this little deck up. I'm sure that everybody here probably knows who I am at this point, and if you don't, get familiar. We'll just shuffle these things up and see what we find. I'm gonna do a reading for myself and the day, and if everybody else, I just do like an overall reading for everybody. What up, Granny? Oh, you never been on here before, huh? What up, Gotti? You ain't been on one of these either, have you, Gotti? I've been throwing some of these up here recently. So we're gonna do I only got a few minutes, but I guess because y'all knew, I'll show you what two decks I'm using. I'm assuming you guys don't know, do you? Just first time, yeah, Gotti. So you don't know these decks. I'll tell you. I'll explain the decks to you guys, and then like I said, I'm not gonna be here for too long because I kind of want to get my day on the way. But here we go. Look check it out. I'll show it to you. Go watch my first video that I did on the tarot, and I tell a story about this deck right here. In fact, both of them. I'll just give you a quick overview though. And then we have this other deck here. We got this blue deck. This is called the Shapeshifter deck. So this one here is a pagan deck. Instead of the standard 22 major arcana, there's 25. And there's a few different cards in there that aren't standard to the tarot. And this one here, interestingly enough, I'll show you a card. Look at how beautiful that is. A little shiny gold leaf. This was actually made for the church, which is very, very funny when you get into the history. So go listen to that first video I made, and I'll explain these a little bit. But, what up, Aldrin? I'll do a little reading for the day. It will be we'll do it like two-part the way I normally do it. I use this more as an earthy, pagan, grounded out what's going on in the physical realm, and I use this as like a spiritual, more etheric idea of what's going on. What up, Pia? GM? Is that like Grandmaster? So here we go. I'm gonna get out the major arcana. We're gonna read from that. We ain't gonna use the minor. So let me see what's going on here. Yeah, just woke up. Here we go. What up, Gary? Anybody that is showing up, this is going to be a quick one. I'm going to do a reading for myself that you can watch, and a reading for everybody else, just kind of like what the day may store energetically. Let me get out these cards here. I'm going to figure out how to do this all on camera rather than setting it up. Let's see here. How was everybody's evening? Did anybody have any cool dreams? Anybody dreaming? Getting out of body? Anything crazy? There's the two decks. In my day, I'm gonna just ask it about. I just like to look at morning, noon, and evening. I'll do it that way. A lot of people do past, present, future. I'm gonna just do morning, noon, and evening for me. And I'm only gonna do it from the golden Tsar deck. And so let's see what the day holds in store for me. Boom, boom. Uh oh, look at that. Ain't that nice? Oh, all upright too. A lot of people, Usually when they're playing with the major arcana, we'll turn them all upright anyways. Not a lot of people, but there's certain people that will. I don't choose to do that. If they come up upright, well, there we go. So we got initially my morning should be, yeah, the golden Tsar deck is amazing. There we go, if y'all can see it. Oh yeah, Granny, you had crazy dreams last night. Funny I asked. Maybe I was in your dream. Maybe I was playing around in your head. The first one is strength. So that's an obvious one, killing dragons and whatever. Which is funny because I was having some conversation with a couple people this morning. It was kind of dragon killing-esque. So I got that out of the way. And oh nice, death. Look at that. The skeleton on the horseback with the scythe. This card is so awesome. Death. Anybody, let's see. See, it's very interesting, these two decks, as I'll always point out to people, is that they might have a little bit of different meaning depending on who made them. You know, this doesn't have the standard divination of what the cards classically mean. So let's look at what they tell me that strength and death look like. Sitting here choking on this root that I'm chewing on. And if you all don't know, I'll let you know. I don't know if you all seen the beginning of the video. I was chewing on this Selene Capenus root. It's like a shamanic root. It's the African dream root, and I haven't used it in a long time. But back when I did, pretty intense dreams. And then I wouldn't necessarily call them dreams, but more like out-of-body visions, interaction with other realms. So yeah. Okay, so strength is Saint George and the Dragon. Intelligence dominates brutality. Very funny, because the conversation I was having with somebody, I had to balance that this morning. Normally when whenever I talk to people, like it can borderline those two things. I'm brutally honest with people sometimes, and so that's very funny. And then the second one is death. X, so 10, 11, 13. Sudden change. Yeah, well, I do have a change this afternoon. It's already, I mean, I'm going to a couple new places, so that's already there. What up, Corey? Nice to see you in the morning here. It's not the morning. We're great risings, as people like to say these days. Great risings. And the third one, is the Tower. And the Tower is always an interesting one. Because this one's a lot different than normally. The Tower is a lot more severe. This one, they don't make this tower as severe. Usually it's two people falling off of a tower, like it's like crazy. But this one is just a couple pots falling off. So let's see what it says about the Tower in this deck here, which is 16. Saint Simeon and the Stylite. Is that correct? Yeah. Saint Simeon and the Stylite. Challenging the unknown, refusal of traditions, and risky experiences. Funny, funny, funny. Because last night I was supposed to go out with this chick, and it didn't happen, so I assume it's going to happen tonight. And we've been trying to get together for like 2 weeks now, but we just like, first time like I kind of bailed on her, that she kind of bailed, and last night was just, didn't work out, so very funny. Very funny. So there's my day, and it's already kind of lined up the way that I thought it would anyways, so maybe I guess I have a little more control over the cards than... Alright, and I'll do a little reading for everybody here, and I'll do it with both decks. And we'll do this one we're going to use for people's mental, spiritual kind of guidance for what your day you should kind of put in your minds, in your brain, in your spiritual realm. And then we'll use this for what kind of physical things you might come in contact with. So I'll shuffle up the pagan deck. And usually, the shuffling, you should use you can use prime numbers, you can use a special number to yourself. A lot of people say 7 or 13 times. But I don't stick with tradition, I just do whatever feels comfortable for me. So a lot of people ask about how does the tarot work, what do you need to do? And I think there's a lot less rules that you need to follow than is instructed. Some people really like to stick to traditions, and if you're a traditional person, then go for it. Yeah, send your intent to the deck for sure. Here. Bong. There we go. All right, we'll pull out 3, and we'll call it the past, present, and future. Past, just giving you kind of like a baseline of what's been going on, and then what you're gonna deal with during the day, and then what's going on later on. You know, I think that's how we'll do it. And here's your physical realm. We'll bury the first one. Boom, boom. Oh, look at that! All 3 are upside down. Crazy drazy. All right. And we'll get to the, I'll show you what those are after I pull these other 3. What up, people? Bury that top one, and we'll, same way, but this is the mental spiritual realm. Imagine that, they're all going to be upright. And I dropped that one. And it was upright. Boom, look at that. Ain't that funny? These are reflective of each other, and we'll see if it turns out that way as well in what the cards stand for. We'll start it in, the first card is of knowledge. And so this is not a standard card, although it has its roots in, let's see if you can see that. Half of her face is an elephant, which is totally awesome. And then there's a pentagram or star above her head. She's got a book open. She's counting. Or no, holding something, it appears. Yeah, that's interesting. So that's the first one. It was upside down, so knowledge. And we'll see what it says as far as the shapeshifter deck is concerned. That's card number 5, so standard is the Hierophant, the Aerophant. Yeah, that's how it works these days. I tend to have to really watch what I say because my voice has dropped books off of shelves. I mean, you've heard the story, I'm sure, before, Corey, about when I made it rain inside of a building. I'll tell that story again in the card story another time. So the Hierophant, this is knowledge. Normally it would mean learning, integration, and expression. Finding rituals and gateways. So this will be basically the opposite of that. You'll be finding more challenges of that. And these in the physical realm of you find, like, this is the past, remember? So you probably were having trouble learning things physically, from the physical sense of like kinesiological ways to move the body, dancing, things like that. So I think that's just a standard thing for everybody as an overall thing. I think a lot of people do. Second one, nature, nature, upside down. Let's see. Show you this card and let's see if we can get a. Figured this out yesterday. I can zoom in here. There we go. Boom. So that's a swirling of. You want to hear that? I'll tell you another time. Which one? You hear both of them? I'll tell you another time. They're really long stories. They're super intense. 2 women swirling around with a bunny behind her head and an owl. There's a bunny behind her head and an owl. And then it seems to be an apple tree and the seasons. And beneath them, it looks like these things here. It's not just clouds. I don't know if y'all can tell. What up, Flo? It looks like, I can't really tell, maybe lions? Ghost-like lions? Okay, so that's a nature card. That's upside down. Yeah, they don't look like birds, though. They don't look like birds at all. So nature upside down. That card would be akin to Justice card. See, this deck is really interesting because it's very rooted in paganism. So they don't do like they added a couple cards and they changed some around. This is the Justice card. Balance, polarity, clarity, meditating on nature. So this kind of takes that justice and puts it into the natural world. Action is required to make fruition, so there'll be like troubling things in the tangible world. I mean, that's kind of what the first card said too, you know, where it's been. And so I guess it's kind of like groping around in the dark like a child. You naturally mix all the right elements, but this is upside down, so be wary of what you're mixing together in the physical world. And again, these things we have to remember about tarot. The way that, depending on who's reading the cards for you and the energy they can put into it, you can't take things as face value. These are suggestions, so that way you can be wary of what's going on during the day. The cards are never wrong. I mean, at least when it comes to like me putting them down, the cards are not wrong. But it's just pay attention to this. So yeah, just pay attention to what's going on during your day with sticky, weird situations. And the last one is the moon, upside down, which is always has to do with like the subconscious realm or the dream realm and things that can deceive you. So this entire thing is about like a physical and like just watch out for what's going on today. It's a Saturday, yeah. So Saturn Day has to do with Saturn and perception of time and elementals going on. So in the sense of the moon, interestingly, the moon upside down is kind of a, I guess you could say it's a little bit of a better card, because usually the moon means something that's unforeseen, and it's in your kind of subconscious. So that could be a little more powerful, saying it won't be so not obvious. It will actually be right in front of you. So all of these are kind of like what's going on in the physical realm being right in front of you and just paying attention. So there's that deck. That's the pagan deck, and here's the church deck, the proletariat, or excuse me, the bourgeoisie. And the first one is the sun. Interesting. There's card number 19, the sun symbol. It's an awesome card. Seems like the dove on the child there. Let's see what this has to say. It's the Holy Trinity card. So in your mind in the past, and what your the foundation is perfect equilibrium, solutions to problems in the mind, friendships, and solidarity. So that's a pretty awesome card. So these seem to be balancing out and structuring what's going on in the physical realm. These, like I said, these are completely, look it. These are upright and these are upside down. This is like a perfect mirror to solve your problems with the physical, psychic, mental realm, or with the psychic and mental realms. So interesting. Second card for more what's going on presently is the Chariot. That's a really awesome card. 2 flying horses, guy in the chariot, gentleman beneath him next to the river with a blue scarf in his hand, and there's a tower in the background. Interesting. So the Chariot, let's see what that has to say here. And that's the Archangel Michael. Michael. Michael is the Chariot, according to this deck, and it has to do with triumph of justice and respect for the hierarchy and fair evaluation of things. So that would be, obviously proper in response to this. And so this is just, again, these are all responding to each other and to the physical realm. So I think that's totally awesome. This is a really, really extra amazing spread of cards here. And finalizing the day, what is this here? It's the moon reflecting the moon. Look at that. Cards do not lie, especially when they're in my hands. Some people have special powers. So check that out. This one's totally awesome. I really like this card a lot. You can see down here, and if you look into all of my other work, it's very interesting. Then after I was doing the work on the trees and the silicone and what the moon is, you can see all of these here. These are trees that are all cut down. Look at that. Look, they cut all these trees down. And there's a moon above it, 2 trumpets, and this gentleman in the middle. Very, very interesting stuff. And then it seems to be like here, it looks like, it's like a mound with weeds coming out and trees regrowing. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. But that's reflective of this moon card right here. And let's see what this deck says of the moon, which is number 18, which is called the Ascension card. And it has to do with an adventurous trip, an attraction to the unknown. So it's very much akin to this here. But it's more of, again, as I was saying, it's going to be right in front of you. It's not necessarily hidden. So awesome spread of cards today. Cool, huh? Radical. So I got a few more minutes before. I guess I could be on there for another 10 minutes, and if y'all want to chat about anything and go a little deeper into this, whatever. And I'm just kind of reading back through these comments. Walnuts, man, yeah. Do you know the sign of nature, the signature for walnuts? Or does anybody know any walnut jokes? There's a great walnut joke that I know, but if you know the great walnut joke, just say I know that one. Or do I have to tell it? It's about wall nuts on a wall, nuts on a chest, nuts on your chin. Yeah, you can all figure that one out. It's an adult joke. Oh yeah, I'm Kippur. Yeah. I did not know that. But look at that, of course. The interesting end of the day is both the moon cards. Bong. Hey, what up, Goo2? And Granny, you know that joke. Is that what you laughing about? You know the walnut joke? I'll flip this thing around. What's up, y'all? Just thought to let you all see my ugly mug. I don't know if any of y'all knew what I look like. Is that a first time y'all got to see what I look like? I don't do that too often. Crystals for protection. Yeah, man. Here, I'll show you. I'm wearing one right now. Here, check it out. Basically, anything black, and think of it this way: anything that's not shiny and black is gonna capture energy. Think of the way light works. And this stone specifically is oh man, you know what? Somebody gave me this for a gift, and I don't remember what the name of this one is specifically. But it's one of the common ones. It's one of the common black ones that I'm sure someone will type it right in here in a second. Black tourmaline, maybe. That's a good one. Black stones and dark blue stones will capture energy. So that's a good way to tourmaline. That's a good way to look into it. And what was I chewing on? That's just called a I'll show you. Selene Capenus. This is a African dream root. And you can make a tea out of it and foam it up, and you can drink it, drink the foam, and you can chew on it, and it will give you very intense visions and dreams. And I haven't used it in a long time, and in fact, it's very interesting. I got this from a different company than I did last time, and this seems like a lot better product. It's got a really bitter flavor to it. Check this out. It's really cool. Look at. Let me shine this in here. Not gonna focus. It's like, see that? It's like, wait, it's like DNA strands. It's really interesting. Yeah. Yeah, Corey, it's pretty intense stuff, man. I get my stuff off of Amazon, and I don't remember who it was. Let me Let me see if the company's name's on it. I don't remember who I got this from. There's like two or three companies that sell it. You can make it with the tea. You can chew on it. I mean, obviously, just look up the way to make the tea. I've never, in the past when I got it, it wasn't able to really foam up that well making the tea. And obviously, with different kind of elements, some you can extract with alcohol. Some are hot water. Some things you can't use hot water because you'll destroy the alkaloids. So I mean, when you get into, I think that's what it is, man. I think that's the right one. There's two of them. There's two companies. I think that's right, Corey. Are you asking me, Gary? Is it like chat? And I didn't jump in there about if y'all know walnuts are good for your brain. Look at them. The signature, the sign of its nature. It's got a hard shell around it. It's got the blood-brain barrier, that little piece of like flaky weird thing that's inside the walnut. The walnut has the convoluted vitruvian folds in it, just like your brain. It's got two hemispheres, and it's all brain food, man. And the oils are shown to improve brain function. Ha 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 ha. It's for extra special dreaming, getting into the dream world. And for me specifically, whenever I was using it a while ago, it was well beyond dreams. It was definitely something else. This is African dream root, so I was more connected with the shamanic type energies, and yeah. And one of these days, I'll take you all on a tour of my collection of herbs and things. I've got quite a big collection of different things. I haven't really worked with them lately, but I just got them out the. I finally put everything away in my studio, so yeah. What else? What else y'all want to know? We got a few more minutes before I gotta kick it and get over to the store, and I think I'm gonna feast today. Do a little Saturday brunch. Yeah, Pia. Let me see if I can give you all something interesting to leave with, maybe a book or something. Let me see what I'm gonna go take a look at my books and see what inspires me. Maybe something that you all would look into getting, or finding a PDF online or something. Hold up. Easy enough. First thing I picked up. It's a book that I've never even. I have books that I just kind of go through here. If you all I've never made it with tea before, man. I usually just just chew on it. I prefer I like bitter. I like bitter elements, and I think that has something to do with like the alkaloids, and I know how healthy they are and what they do to me, but I enjoy the flavor. Here's a book. Stephen LaBarge, Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming. How do I feel about Savan? I've answered this many times. I followed his work for years. I'd probably say, if I were to guess, I've probably seen more of his work than anybody on the planet. And I've, like over 7 years, I don't know that I haven't seen him lately, but his earlier work for 7 or 8 years, I've probably seen everything he did on his old websites. I dig the mess out of what he does. There's a couple things I disagree with him on fully and completely, but you know, it's like anybody. 90, if you're up in the 95 to 98 percentile, like you're hardcore. You're definitely into it. So yeah, Savan's big stuff. I think he's wrong about salt completely. I mean, I had a back and forth with him a while ago, and I mean, yeah. But other than that, like everything else he puts out, good stuff. Yeah, the salt thing is very funny because people used to think I was just being contrary. Just I needed to, you know, find something wrong with something. It's just not the truth. It's just obvious to me when you get into what inorganic salts are. It's just too obvious. So, and a lot of it comes down to, again, the dilemmas and problems we have with language and understanding what we mean when we say something, with definition, syntax, semantics, and understanding what a chemistry term might mean. If I say organic, someone goes, "Oh, do you mean an organic product like an apple that's organic or conventional?" And I go, "No, I mean organic as in the chemical definition of organic, meaning there's a carbon bonding to it, and it's a usable vitamin or mineral for the human body. Where something, if I say inorganic, it doesn't mean conventional grown. It means actually that it's doesn't have a carbon bond and can't be used or processed by the human system." And that's the big difference in why when people ask me about salts time and time again, "Well, what about Himalayan salts? What about this?" And I say, well, even if I put all of that aside, I can say, "Do you live in the Himalayas?" It's a very simple question. "No, you don't." And then I go, "Okay." They go, "Okay, what about sea salt?" I was like, "Do you live next to the sea?" "No." "Okay." And you know, we have to take these things from the simplest construct, meaning where do people live, and you have to think of it from what would I do if I didn't have a car, because cars are not natural. So what would I do if planes didn't exist? Planes are not a natural occurrence, right? So our local environment would have to, because this is the way the world works, would have to supply us what we need to be absolutely profoundly healthy. And salt does not exist for us in a local environment, for most people, depending on where they live. What exists in someone's local environment is, like, if you live in the north, you're going to find things underground, and those things are going to require you to heat it up and make a stew with it, and that's what you're going to use. If you live near the equator, you're going to find fruits, and that's what you're going to eat, because that's going to be the best thing for your blood and fluidium of your system. But what you're not going to find anywhere is any animal or any being consuming salt. So there's a really big thing when you get into, like, paying people with salt, and you know, the idea of who Gandhi was, and taking people on trips and treks to get salt and salt fields and what the use are for them. And there's more than meets the eye, and it's not salt is not, should not be consumed by humans. I mean, the degree in which we consume it is just way too much. So I make a blanket statement of don't consume it. But there is, you know, micro amounts that we can use beneficially once our body is clean. I just don't usually tend to go there because it becomes too much of a conversation. I just blanket say don't consume salt. So there you go. I've never heard him speak on urine therapy, Savan. I've never heard him talk about that. Delbert Blair is cool, you know, and Savan got a lot of his teachings from Delbert Blair. Kelly and the Rods channel? Yeah, I have. Isn't that the chick that she used to do a lot of videos like, here's how you wash your hair in a bathing suit with, you know, is that who you're talking about? She's got a rack on her. She's kind of pretty but uses a lot of makeup. Kind of older chick. Is this who you're talking about? I think that's Kelly and the Raw. She's not like a wisdom keeper or guide to me in any way. She's like a happy-go-lucky fun chick that, you know, uses her ego and her assets to sell her channel. I mean, good for her. I don't think she's, I mean, I haven't seen her too much lately, but if I'm thinking the same person, I don't think she's putting out anything like hardcore next level shit. So, and that's all I deal with. I just do that's obviously. Yeah, the horse loving salt licks, man. I can't really respond to that, but in a sense, like, our horses out there, like, it took a human to put a salt lick there. You know what I mean? So I don't know what that is. I don't know how that really occurs. You know, I mean, yeah, there's some animals that will, you know, we can get into like goats but beyond that, you know, as a human, you know, we could get in the natives, the real natives. They weren't using salt. The salt was used to preserve things, and we can get even to certain diets of certain cultures, and the kind of salts they used. They were using, we can get to like the Indian dot, not the feather, and they were using black salt for the sulfur content. So there's a lot of different things going on with that, but salt as a general rule. Lou M, yeah, that is her, right? Yeah, I mean, you can tell who's out here selling a channel with their thing. I mean, and again, I got no problem with it, you know? Do your thing. You live your life. People like it, and, you know? Especially if you're providing decent information. And from what I get her, I like her vibe, and she's providing at least, you know, a conduit of information for people that need it. What up, Lion Strong? Alright, y'all, what time are we looking at here? It's about 10 o'clock. 10:15. I got about 5 more minutes, so if anybody got any finalizing questions or ideas? That's 11 where you are, Gary. That puts you where? No, I see this already. Puts you on the East Coast? North Carolina, is that right? That's right, Asheville, huh? Yeah, Asheville, right? Goddamn old hippie Gary, living in Asheville. You fucking pothead. Can you do urine therapy if you take stomach acid inhibitor medicine? Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm, you know, like, everybody was like, consult your physician, consult your doctor. Like, if you're on that kind of stuff and going to a doctor, like, man, like, for me, I'm just like, you know, stay away from that poison shit. You know, do your research, though, you know. From where I stand, I wouldn't be touching the shit. I'll just be doing straight urine therapy. That will fix your problem. The medicine is not helping you. The medicine is salt. I bet, go look at it. I'll bet you that it's made of sodium. I bet you that's the main ingredient in it. Not too much. Yeah, yeah. Just clay pots, right? You just the mind of the artist. Yeah. Yeah, didn't you tell me that a while back on one of my videos, Gary? I think that was you. That's why I remembered that. 90% of medicine is sodium. Yeah. I mean, that's basically the carrier. That's the carrier and the thoughts on binaural beats. Binary beats? I think you mean my binaural Aldrin, but yeah. Yeah, I've said this countless times. Binaural beats are just like anything. It's a standard frequency that puts you along a path to bring you to a specific place. Just if you take Highway to 11 down to Old Town Road, that's where you go. If you listen to Channel 8 News, that's the news you're getting. If you listen to Channel 101.3, you're going to be listening to oldies 1960 rock and roll, right? And that's what a binaural beat will do usually, especially if they're using specific frequencies. It's balancing your brain, but once it balances your brain by using the binaural brain hemisphere balancing situation, it gives you a specific locator, specific frequency and resonator to get you to somewhere. Soul fade, yeah, I dig that. All right, okay, you got a hernia. Okay, I didn't know all that, but yeah, look into herbal things for your hernia, man. The thing you can look into for sure is white willow bark. That definitely helps with pain. I don't know much about hernias and how that works, so I can't really guide you too much on that. But do I think you can live to 200? Shit, yeah, of course. Live to any age you want. All you gotta do is take care of the cells in your body. Energize yourself. Electromagnetic frequency, get in the sun, drink clean water. Sure, why not? In fact, there probably are people that are well older than that right now. Oregano oil is some of the most powerful stuff on the planet. Yeah, it's heavy duty stuff, especially if you're getting the stuff with the high levels of, I forget the specific chemical that's kind of the active chemical that's doing the job, but oregano oil is heavy duty stuff, man. If you just getting oregano, fresh oregano, making tea is nice. Mullein, oregano oil tincture, or even smoking it is pretty awesome. Do I ground myself as I sleep? Sometimes. I mean, I used to have one of these little things that plugged in the wall, but it doesn't. Where I live now, I haven't hooked that up. It's a good idea though. Yeah, I mean, living to 200 is an easy concept. Just a matter of, you know, as I used to go through those things all the time, like, oh, immortality, awesome, cool, I'm immortal. But then I was like, man, is this world gonna be like this forever? Because I don't want to be immortal in this place. And then I upgraded to like, well, looks like I got to change some things here, and started upgrading my mindset. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna stand for this idiocy. And if my mindset moves, then everybody else has to move. So I was like, let me upgrade my consciousness. And then all of these monkeys, all these 100 monkeys around here. Healing from being grounded, yeah, of course. I mean, grounding is taking basically the positive ionic things that are causing your blood to clot, causing, you know, all sorts of disease. Grounding is super important. Not only from a chemical standpoint, but especially from the fact that we're an electromagnetic system, and that will do a lot of work on cleaning our body. There is no, there are no best frequencies. It's although I do have 528 tattooed on me, because it's the color green. The idea of the nature is all green. It's all green out there. You get brown too, melanated, but the green is the coverage. The green is the key to C. Like literally C on a piano. The middle C is green. Binary and Solfeggio, I'm guessing is what you're saying. Yeah, they all have a place, and they're all capable of taking you somewhere and balance things in your body. Watch out for monetization. They delete your videos. What do you mean, man? Okay, re-express that. What do you mean? All of my videos have been monetized, and then the ones that they don't delete the video, they just shut off the monetization, right? I don't know what you're saying, man. Help me out there. My videos have been monetized since I've had the channel. And I've made like, I don't know, 15 cents on every video. I don't know. And the ones that don't make it up to the standards for their advertising partners, they just cancel the monetization. Am I wrong here? Because I don't want my videos deleted. Best way to release stored fear, trigger point therapy, finding triggers in your body, literally places that you hold tension. That's the most direct way to do it. Do I have experience with organs? Like organs in the body or orgonite? Justin? Yeah, orgonite. Yeah, organite's great stuff. Your body's organite, but making it, I have a bunch of materials to make it. I gotta make some soon, and I have a bunch of crazy ideas for it, which hopefully you know, a lot of things that I've been trying to work on, I just need somebody else to work with to do it, because I'm personally, like, by myself, I'm not very motivated to do much anything except for teach. As far as like practically doing things, like, man, I got too much teaching to do. I got too much information to absorb. I got things. I got cooking to do. I got to go out and hang out and have a life and a good time. But if somebody, you know, whenever I find people that get down in this kind of stuff, that will at some point very soon, I should probably just throw a website together and start making these things that are like high-powered organite and things. And copper and magnets, I did a video on this a while back. You should go check it out, man. It's all about organite, all about copper, magnets, the pyramids. Really high-level stuff. Yeah, tapping works too. Pia, tapping does, but for your time and money, breathing patterns, like you do a breathe in, hold that breathing lock, you know, lock the breath, breathe in, lock it, find that pressure point, wherever that trigger point is, pressure it until it causes a lot of pain in you, and then breathe out and they'll release it. And you got to do that more than once, usually, because that pressure will come back to that point. Yeah, Gary, I'm gonna start selling organite soon. Like I was just saying, I got some really next level things of how to make organite. Hey, oh, and you brought dog? Oh, come in here. Y'all can meet dog. You can meet the craziest, coolest dog in the world. Meet Wad. Hey, let me move this out the way. What up, doggy? Oh, little puppy head. Come here, where you at? Come here. Here's Meatwad. You guys want to meet Meatwad? Meatwad! Ah! This is my puppy right here. Check her out. Her name used to be Black Dog Star. How crazy that? Dog Star. The Sirius satellite system. Check her out. She's 13 years old. Oh, 12. Pit lab. Vegetarian most of the time. Let's go figure that one out. Come here. What are you doing in there? Ah! Check her out. What are you doing? She just came on a long walk over here. Come here. Come here. Are you thirsty? Oh, she's thirsty now. Alright, guys. Well, you got to meet Meatwad. We touched on some organite. Sun gazing. Yes. Morning is the best because of where the sun is and how it's coming at you. Evening, it's pulling energy a little bit out of you because it's moving away from you, but it's still good to do. There she is hunting that water down. She is hunting. Dog Star, that's right. But her name is Meatwad now. We've upgraded. Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Well, Yassine Arab Prince, can I do a reading for you, man? Oh man, I've been out here for like almost an hour. I'm about to roll out of here. Have I written a book before? I've started writing a book about 8 times. I've gotten about I don't know, 150 pages in every time, and I just get so much more information that I don't end up finishing it. So yeah, soon we'll see. If I find again, this comes in if I find somebody to help me write the stuff. Look at you making a mess. What's up, puppy head? Hi. Yeah, and I'll do a reading for you later. Who just asked me about this? Oh yeah, Yassine Arab Prince. Yeah, I'll be on here later, man. I'm around. Maybe later today, maybe Monday. But yeah, I'll do you one. But Master Shake, yeah, Master Shake. Gary, you know who that dude is, though. Carl. Carl's that dude. Here, I'll throw one card for you. Prince. I'll throw you one card right now. Check it out. I'll tell you everything you need to know about your life. Here we go. Hold on one second. Shuffle these up. I'll tell you about your life. Let's go back to the beginning of the video. I pulled cards for everybody. There you go. Check it out. I'm going to bury that first one. It's going to be a strong card, I can tell. What? Where is it? You see that? This is the Magician. As I tend to pull the Magician because of who I am, but I'll instill you with a little power of the Magician. And your research is, if you don't know what the card means, I'm not going to tell you. You can just go look into it, but you should be... Exactly, Gary. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go have breakfast and do some things. And Gary, no, Master Shake is not a douche. Master Shake is hilarious. The show is amazing. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. We'll talk soon, everybody. Thanks for joining. It's been fun. Bang, bang.